Patriots Point Flight Academy. Let's talk a little bit today about distance, speed, and time, because these are all very important elements we're going to need later on to chart our navigational courses. The first element we're going to talk about is distance. Now, what is distance? Distance is the numerical value of the amount of space between two things. For example, let's pull up these 2 points. If I were to draw a red line in the space between these 2 points and calculate it, that would be the distance. Let's see how this correlates with speed. Now, what is speed? Speed is the relationship of how much distance an object covers with respect to a certain time. As you can see, it closely correlates with distance. Now let's talk about our third element, which is time. Now, time is a duration from one event to the next event relative to the past, the present, or the future. Let's see how all of these elements work together to figure out each specific part. Let's look at that using the distance triangle. This is what the distance triangle looks like. You have distance on the top, speed on the lower left-hand corner, and time on the lower right-hand corner. Let's figure out how to calculate our distance. If you have your speed and your time, you're able to multiply those two numbers together to get your distance. And that's how you'd figure out the distance portion of this triangle. Let's look at how to get our speed. If you had your distance and your time, and you divided your distance by time, you'd be able to get speed. So speed equals distance over time. Let's talk about the last corner of our triangle, which is time. To figure that out, you would also need your distance and your speed. So if you have your distance and your speed and you divide those out, you would get your time. So time equals distance over speed. Now, be sure to use this when we're charting out our navigational courses later on in the Flight Academy.
Now that you've learned a little bit about distance, speed, and time, let's practice with an example. Here we have 7,400 pounds of fuel. Our fuel flow, which is how much fuel we'll be using during this operation, is 30 pounds per minute. Next we have our traveling speed, which is 5 nautical miles per minute, and we have to travel a distance of 25 nautical miles. The first thing we need to do is calculate how much time it's going to take to fly 25 nautical miles. If you remember from our previous video, we can use our distance, speed, and time triangle to help calculate for any of these three elements. So let's set up the equation. Here we have all of our blanks, and as our triangle indicates, all we need to do is divide our distance by our speed to give us our time. So let's put in all the information. We have to travel 25 nautical miles. We'll be going at 5 nautical miles per minute. Now because this is division, the nautical miles will cancel out, leaving us with only a unit of time. So there they go, they're canceled out. Now 25 divided by 5 will give us 5 minutes. That's how much time it'll take to fly this distance. Now we can take this time and use it to calculate how much fuel we're going to use. So let's set that up. Here we have 5 minutes times our 30 pounds per minute. The minutes cancel, and that gives us 150 pounds of fuel used. The only thing left is to take our full load of gas, 7,400 pounds, subtract the fuel used, 150 pounds, and that'll give us how much fuel we've used on this trip. So we have 7,400 pounds minus 150 pounds gives us 7,250 pounds of fuel remaining. These are all important tasks you will need to know how to do when you come to the Patriots Point Flight Academy. Make sure to check out some of our other educational videos.